Everything felt broken when Ty Borden left. The family tried to hold on, but the emptiness in Heartland Ranch was impossible to ignore. His laughter, his courage, his love suddenly gone. Viewers carried that loss as if it were their own, because Ty was more than just a character. He was the soul of the story. And now, after years of silence, a miracle is about to change everything. Ty Borden has returned, and with him comes a storm of emotions that will shake the Heartland family to its very core. Ty's journey began as a young man with a troubled past. When he first arrived at Heartland, he wasn't the hero we all remember. He was rough around the edges, shaped by hardship, and carrying scars that went deeper than anyone could see. But the ranch gave him something no one else had before: hope. Jack saw the potential in him, Amy saw the kindness beneath his guard. And slowly, piece by piece, Ty found a family he never thought he deserved. Over time, Ty grew into the man who defined Heartland's heartbeat. His bond with Amy wasn't just love, it was destiny written in every shared look, every quiet moment, every battle they fought side by side. Their journey was never simple. They faced dangers, distance, and the weight of life's trials, but together they carried it all. Their love story reminded fans that real love is about weathering storms, not avoiding them. And it wasn't just Amy who changed because of Ty. Heartland itself seemed to breathe differently with him there. He brought calm to wild horses, guidance to lost souls, and strength to the family. Jack trusted him like a son. Lou leaned on him more than she admitted. And even Tim, with all his rough pride, knew Ty was a man of honor. Ty didn't just belong. At Heartland, he became its foundation. But life can be cruel. The day Ty left was more than just a storyline, it was heartbreak. His sudden absence tore open a wound that no amount of time could heal. For Amy, it was like losing a part of her soul. For Lyndy, it meant growing up without her father's steady hand. For fans, it was the kind of loss that echoed long after the episode ended. Heartland carried on, but something was missing, something irreplaceable. The seasons that followed showed the resilience of the family. Amy worked to keep the ranch alive while raising Lyndy. Jack reminded everyone that strength comes in silence. As much as in words, Lou balanced her family and her responsibilities, while Tim wrestled with regrets that haunted him more than he could admit. Life at Heartland moved forward, but always under the shadow of Ty's memory. Every sunrise, every ride across the fields, every challenge they faced was touched by the question, what would Ty have done? Fans felt that pain deeply because Ty wasn't just another character. He represented the power of second chances, of finding light after darkness. To see him gone was to lose the promise that hope always wins. That is why his return is not just a twist in the story, it is a healing for everyone who carried his absence in their hearts. Now, as the new chapter begins, the past becomes more important than ever. To understand the power of Ty's return, we must remember the journey that led us here. The pain, the growth, the love, and the loss, it all comes together in Season 19, where the story of Heartland takes its most powerful turn yet. Season 19 does not waste a moment in reminding us why Heartland has always been more than just a show. It's a story that feels alive. And in this new beginning, the impossible happens. The episode opens with whispers of change in the air, the kind that makes your heart beat faster even before you know why. Something feels different at Heartland. The light is warmer, the silence heavier, and then, as if time itself bends, Ty Borden returns. It is not a simple reappearance. His return feels like a storm breaking after years of drought. For Amy, the sight of him is almost too much to bear. She has dreamed of this moment countless times, but dreams never felt this real. Her eyes carry both shock and wonder, because in front of her stands the man she thought she lost forever. For a heartbeat, the world around her stops, and it is only her and Ty, as if fate has decided to give them back the time that was stolen. The family's reaction is no less powerful. Jack, the quiet rock of Heartland, feels the weight of years melt away in an instant. His eyes, so often filled with wisdom and sorrow, light up with a rare joy. To him, Ty's return is more than a gift. It is an answer to prayers whispered in the stillness of the ranch's long nights. Lou struggles to understand how this is even possible, torn between joy and the fear that it might not last. And Tim, hardened by mistakes and regrets, is left without words, his emotions tangled in pride, relief, and the haunting guilt of never having said enough when Ty was gone. But it is Lyndy's innocence that captures the true magic of this moment. For her, Ty has always been a story, a memory kept alive through her mother's love and her family's strength. To see him in the flesh, to feel his arms around her, is to bridge a gap she never truly understood. Her laughter, her tears, her questions, they are the heartbeat of this reunion, the proof that Ty's return is not just about the past, but about the future waiting to be built. Yet, as powerful as this return is, it does not come without weight. Ty is not the same man who left. His journey away from Heartland has changed him, carved new lines in his soul, and brought lessons that only pain and distance can teach. He carries those experiences with him, and though he is home, he must face the reality that home has changed. Too, Amy has grown stronger in his absence, the family has learned to survive without him, and the ranch has moved forward through storms he did not witness. This tension is what makes the return so compelling. It is not just about joy, it is about the clash of past and present, the struggle of fitting into a life that has both waited for you and moved on without you. Heartland has always thrived on the quiet drama of real life, and Ty's return gives it its most powerful story yet. Can love truly heal all wounds? Can a family torn by loss be whole again, even after so much time? The episode lingers on these questions, pulling viewers into the emotional gravity of every look, every word, every silence. There is no rush, because this is more than a moment. It is a transformation. Ty's presence brings both hope and fear, both comfort and uncertainty. And as the screen fades from the warmth of reunion to the quiet of reflection, the audience is left with the undeniable truth. Heartland will never be the same again. Ty's return does not simply bring back a missing piece of the puzzle, it reshapes the entire picture of Heartland. The family that once felt fractured now stands at the edge of a new beginning. But with that hope comes the weight of change. Season 19 makes it clear, when one person comes back, every relationship must shift to find balance again. At the center is Amy. For her, Ty's return is both a dream and a test. She has carried the burden of raising Lyndy alone, fighting through grief with a strength she never knew she had. She has learned how to live without Ty, even when it broke her heart. Now, having him back forces her to face emotions she kept locked away: love, anger, relief, and fear all at once. She wonders if she can open herself fully again, or if the scars of the past will hold her back. Yet every look she shares with Ty reminds her that some bonds never fade, no matter how much time has passed. Jack, the wise guardian of Heartland, feels the return most deeply in silence. He has always been the anchor for everyone else, the voice of reason, the shield against storms. When Ty left, Jack carried the weight of keeping the family steady. But with Ty standing beside him again, Jack allows himself a rare luxury: hope. He sees not only the boy he mentored, but the man who has come home stronger. Still, Jack knows that healing does not happen overnight. His wisdom whispers that the family must rebuild trust carefully, step by step, like tending to a wounded horse. Lou, practical and protective, faces her own storm of feelings. She has spent years making hard choices for the sake of her family, learning to live with the constant ache of Ty's absence. For her, the return is both a blessing and a challenge. Lou worries about Amy's heart, about Lyndy's stability, about whether Ty can truly fit back into the life they built without him. Yet beneath her questions lies love, the kind that wants nothing more than to see her sister and niece happy. She cannot help but soften when she sees the joy in their eyes, even if her own doubts linger. Tim, as always, is the most complicated. His relationship with Ty was never simple, pride and stubbornness often stood in the way of words that needed to be spoken. Ty's absence left him with regrets he could not bury, and now, with Ty back, those regrets rise to the surface. He wants to be supportive, to celebrate, but he also struggles with guilt, wishing he had done more when there was still time. Their dynamic is tense, layered with unspoken truths, but it is also filled with opportunity. Ty's return gives Tim the chance to finally face what he avoided, being honest, being vulnerable, and perhaps even finding peace with the son-in-law he once misunderstood. And then there is Lyndy, the heart of the family's future. Her innocence cuts through the heaviness of the past. To her, having her father back is not complicated, it is pure joy. She does not weigh the years of loss or the unspoken pain. She simply runs into his arms and refuses to let go. Through her, the family sees what truly matters, love in its purest form. Her laughter and curiosity become the glue holding everyone together, a reminder that whatever challenges lie ahead, they will be worth facing as long as they face them as one. The ranch itself seems to breathe differently with Ty home. Heartland has always been more than land and fences. It is a living symbol of family, resilience, and tradition. Ty's presence restores a rhythm that was broken, a sense that the ranch itself recognizes its missing soul has returned. Horses respond to him with a familiarity that feels like fate, as though they, too, had been waiting. The fields, the barns, the quiet sunsets, all of it seems brighter, fuller when Ty is there. Yet, the beauty of Heartland lies in its honesty. Ty's return does not erase the struggles, nor does it magically fix every problem. The family still faces new challenges, and his presence forces them to confront truths they might have avoided. But instead of breaking them, those challenges draw them closer, weaving a stronger bond than ever before. Together, they must learn how to honor the past while embracing the future. Heartland has always thrived on the power of family dynamics, the clashes, the forgiveness, the love that holds people together even when life tries to pull them apart. Ty's return reignites all of this, giving the Bartlett-Fleming family a chance not just to heal, but to grow. And in their struggles, viewers find their own reflections, the reminder that no matter how broken life may feel, family has the power to mend it again. Heartland has never been just about horses, wide fields, or the ranch itself. It has always been about people, about family, about the unshakable connections that tie lives together. Season 19, Episode 1 captures this truth more than ever before, weaving the powerful themes of love, forgiveness, and resilience into every moment of Ty Borden's return. The first theme is forgiveness. Ty's absence left scars not only on Amy, but on the entire family. His return forces everyone to confront the emotions they've carried for years. For Amy, it is forgiving fate for what it took away. For Tim, it is forgiving himself for not being the man Ty needed when he was gone. For Lou, it is forgiving life for its cruel timing, and for Jack, it is forgiving the years for stealing moments he believed he would never get back. The beauty of forgiveness in Heartland is that it is never simple, never instant. It takes time, patience, and courage. But it is forgiveness that lays the foundation for the healing to come. The second theme is resilience. Heartland has always shown that life is unpredictable, that storms come whether we are ready or not. Ty's absence tested the family's strength, forcing them to grow in ways they never imagined. His return does not erase that struggle, but it proves that resilience is not just about surviving, it is about being able to stand again when life gives you back what you thought was lost. Resilience is Amy keeping the ranch alive, Lyndy growing up with love even in loss, and the family carrying each other when one heart was too heavy. Now, with Ty back, resilience becomes something greater, the ability to trust in joy again after years of sorrow. The third theme is unity. Heartland has always thrived on the truth that family is stronger when it stands together. Ty's return pushes each member of the family to reevaluate their place, their role, and their love for one another. Unity is Jack reminding them all that they have faced worse and survived, Unity is Lou setting aside her doubts because she sees the happiness in Amy's eyes. Unity is Tim lowering his pride to admit his regrets. Unity is Lyndy's laughter pulling everyone closer. When one member stumbles, the others rise. And that is what makes Heartland more than just a story. It makes it a reflection of life itself. As episode 1 builds toward its close, these themes weave into a larger question. What does Ty's return mean for the future of the ranch, the family, and the legacy of Heartland? His presence is both a blessing and a challenge. Old wounds resurface, but so does the possibility of healing. Unspoken words find new life, but so do new conflicts waiting to be faced. The family must learn how to live with joy again, without forgetting the pain that shaped them. The final moments of the episode leave the audience with a lingering ache in their hearts, a mixture of relief, hope, and suspense. Amy and Ty share a quiet moment, the kind that speaks louder than any words. It is not a promise that everything will be easy, but it is a promise that they will face it together. Jack watches from a distance, his eyes filled with pride and the wisdom of a man who knows that life rarely gives second chances, and when it does, you must hold them tight. Lou holds Lyndy close, silently wishing for a future where her niece never has to feel the same loss again. And Tim stands apart, torn between joy and regret, knowing that his own journey with Ty has only just begun. The screen fades on Heartland. Ranch fades in twilight. The air is still, the horses calm, but the weight of what is to come lingers like a whisper in the wind. Ty's return is not just about the past being rewritten, it is about the future being reimagined. And for the audience, it is clear, Heartland Season 19 will not simply tell another story. It will tell the story, the one fans have waited for, the one about the strength of family, the healing of love, and the power of hope to overcome even the deepest wounds. As the episode closes, one truth remains undeniable. Heartland has always been about family, but now, with Ty Borden back, that family feels more powerful than ever. And while the path ahead will be filled with challenges, heartbreak, and triumphs, one thing is certain: this is only the beginning of the most unforgettable season yet.